one. That should be flush. Happy days. Hello, welcome back to my shed. It's actually the same day when I last left you in here and wrapped up the vlog when I finished that wall. But I thought I'd start the next one now because I'm moving stuff around. So those shelving bays are in the corner now, and I think that's where they're going to stay. And now they are in, you can really see how much this dipped down, because that wall is near enough straight, upright, but you can see that these beams came in that much lower and I had to trim this down and down. Yeah. But the beauty of having this now is these wibbly wobbly shelves, I can screw directly in place and fix them up to the wall. There. So yeah, this corner one is the wider one. This used to be just as you came into my office, my old office. Oh, wait, steady. Oh, tripping over stuff. Ah. I've been giving them a quick clean. I'm just about to finish this one, so let me do that first. But it is absolutely filthy. You'll probably see. Look at that. Right, perch you up there somewhere. So I'm just going to move this one into place, somewhere near where it's going to end up. I'm going to do this gently because I don't want to put my back out. Okay, move it up a little bit. Somewhere like that. There we go. So that's the first 4 shelving bays, somewhere near where they're going to end up. We have a kind of awkward space at this end. As I was saying before about screwing these units to the wall, the fact that I've got this board here now means it'll be so easy to fix shelving brackets to, or whatever I want, and just I could easily put a drop of shelves in there in no time and use all of that spare space, because that is too small for another bay. But we could jiggle these about, we could change our minds. I have, now what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 upstairs in the house of these slightly thinner ones. Yeah, so we'll see. 1, 2, I'll get 2 across there. Maybe 3. It's going to be tighter than I imagined. I may have to measure the space I've got and actually work it out. But then of course there's going to be room in here on this wall potentially for at least 1 bay. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to get my thinking cap on and work that out. But there we go. That is progress. There we go. You can start to picture what it's going to be like. And then this space that we now have clear, this is where the great big table is going to be. Look from over here, right up the middle. That dust has got in my phone. Right up the middle, so a big working space. I can spread stock out. I can do repairs on there. I can possibly use it for packaging, whatever works. But The one thing I've learned over the years of doing this is you can never have enough work surface, right? In my last office, I had work surface, a great big desk, and then like worktop all the way down one side of the office. Do you remember? And it was almost always full of stuff. A lot of that is to do with me being not very tidy, but you can't have enough work surface. So I'm going to have an 8x4 table, and I'm still going to build this work surface worktop all the way down there. Yeah. And that is going to be my next job, I think. Do I want to do that or the table? That or the table? I want to do the work surface because the table is going to take up a lot of space. It's now Monday and I have more layers on than an onion. I feel like the Michelin man, but it is freezing, absolutely freezing. Anyway, let me get you up to speed. I haven't been filming, completely forgot to film and really cracked on with building the frame for the work surface, which is going over there. So let me show you what I've done. Okay, so if we come down here, you can see, so here's the sink and we're building a surface level with that. I was going to go right to the end, but it just didn't seem worth doing. So I've basically built it to 8 foot, which is the length of these panels, obviously. So we're going to have an 8 foot one ending there. It just, once I started fiddling around trying to work this out, it didn't make sense. We're going to have a little end hole there. And this, I know it isn't particularly pretty, it isn't that clever, but it's good enough. I'm going to put another upright somewhere here to finish that off. I decided, in my wisdom, I may regret this, to build the frame first and then cut the top to fit. The top is going to sit in there, so I've left these supports with enough space to fit the 11mm of chipboard, right? Yeah, but I've got to cut it exactly to fit. I may regret that decision, we shall see. Yeah, but as I said, the only thing I want to do before attempting to cut the board is to put an extra leg. So it's got one leg on this corner, one which is screwed to the brickwork there. So I'm going to have one up in the middle, and I think that will be enough. This isn't going to take a lot of weight. It's just going to be a handy little kind of countertop surface there. I think that will be enough support. The 11mm that I'm using for this isn't particularly sturdy, so it would bow. Hence, I've put all of these little supports. When I do the table, the big table that's coming out here, that is the thicker 18mm stuff, which has a lot more stability, rigidity, whatever the word is. But yes, so I'm going to find another piece of... I'm running out of timber as well rapidly. I'm going to have to buy some more. We will knock up another leg and get that screwed in place. Right, I think I'm going to use this very odd bit of beam. This was the beam. I've used some of it already as this corner post. But this, when it was all one length, was what was going all the way across here and had a door suspended on it. But I think I'm going to use it up. I've been using odds and sods. I just want to use up the odd bits and bobs rather than cut up the full lengths of timber I've got. I'd rather use the oddments. Do you do that? Do you like to use up the odd bits and bobs? I do. I find it kind of satisfying. Anyway, so this is more than ample. So we'll get that cut. Oh, that beam's gonna, not beam, sorry, that bolt's gonna be in the way. No worries. We will spin this round and we'll just have it that way. I've marked the centre point, so that's 4 foot. So we're going to have that there. It doesn't look pretty, but it doesn't have to. And it uses up this odd bit of wood. Right, I'll get that measured up and we'll cut that to size. I've just put a bit of offcut in there to show you. That's what I've come up with. So I've got this is actually a bit of skirting board upside down, just to give that a finish, and then that's going to come flush on there. Obviously that's just an offcut, we're not going to leave a great big hole at the back. But I can use that now to stand you on, and you'll get a view of me attempting to cut this. Now, one thing I've learnt over the years when cutting a large-ish bit of timber is to draw a line down the sides as well, and then you can follow that. And it helps get it a little bit more square than it might otherwise be. Not bad. Okay, so that's the cut edge. Happy with that. Right, that goes there. That's my centre point for all of this, where I need the extra leg. And then when the chipboard comes in and we tighten that all up, that should be flush. Happy days. So we just need to get that attached and leave the right depth for the chipboard, and that'll be good to go. And I've got this tiny offcut of the 11mm chipboard, so I'm going to put that in there, get this flush, and then try and get the first screw in whilst holding it all in place. Lovely job. Right, just going to check it's upright. Get that upright. Just about there. And this way. Oh, bang on. Right, this one hasn't pulled in tight. Hold on. There we go. Right, so that, again, it's not pretty, but it doesn't have to be. So that is that leg there. As far as I'm concerned, for what I need this to do, that's going to be fine. And I'm just going to cut the work surface to fit. Fingers crossed, it fits in. So, I'm not going to cut the board tonight. It is currently about 9 o'clock at night, and our neighbour Sandra, who lives, I don't know, 20 yards that way, would not appreciate me using the power tools and cutting up chipboard right now. OSB board. So that's for tomorrow, but everything is ready to receive the work surface. So we'll come back tomorrow, cut a piece of this and attempt to make it fit. When that's done, it's onto the table. Actually, before I call it a night, there's one last quick job I can do. So this piece is just like almost an end cap if you want, and it's holding this leg at the right distance from the wall. But there isn't anything to sit the end of the chipboard on, so that's going to wobble about there. So we'll use one of these little bits, this little bit here, offcut would probably be enough just to give some support to that edge. Yeah, so we'll get that marked up, get that screwed in place, and then I'm done for the night. Right, so let's get a mark on here. I figured the easiest way to get it in place would be to just put this in place and get it flush. Right, happy with that. That's somewhere else out the way. Right, there's my line. screw it in place. It's 1, 2. Nice and flush. So that does the job. Excellent. So I'm calling that done. So this is now ready to just have the surface cut to size, slotted in and fixed in place, which I will do when I come back tomorrow. So on that note, we will turn the lights off in there and turn the lights off in here and go inside, and I'll see you back here probably tomorrow. Bye.